Most travelers come to the Philippines expecting beaches. But beyond the famous islands are mountains shaped by hand thousands of years ago, villages where life moves with the weather, volcanic landscapes hiding in plain sight, and places that feel completely disconnected from the version most people imagine. And most visitors never see them. The Philippines isn't just tropical, it's surprisingly diverse. What people think the Philippines is. When people picture the Philippines, they usually imagine beaches, clear water, palm trees, and island life. And that version absolutely exists. The images promoted worldwide lean heavily on the postcard view. Endless stretches of white sand, boats floating on crystal-clear lagoons, and hammocks strung between coconut trees. It's the image that dominates social media feeds, travel brochures, and bucket lists, and it's accurate for certain parts of the country. The farther you move from the most visited spots, the more the landscape begins to shift. Move away from the coast, and the country starts to feel completely different. The tropical atmosphere gives way to cooler temperatures, terraced farmland, and cloud-covered peaks. The rhythm of life changes too. Island hopping turns into mountain trekking. Resorts become rural villages, and the Philippines reveals layers most travelers never anticipate. Manila, the anchor. For many travelers, Manila becomes the starting point. It's busy, fast-moving, and full of contrasts. Modern buildings sit beside historic districts. Street food vendors operate beside shopping centers. The city feels energetic. Traffic fills the streets from early morning until late at night. Neighborhoods vary wildly in character. Some areas hum with commerce and nightlife. Others remain quiet, residential, and rooted in tradition. Manila's history is layered, because beyond it, the Philippines starts changing quickly. Within a few hours of leaving the capital, the landscape transforms, the urbanization fades, and the country's diversity begins to unfold. Banawe Rice Terraces. In northern Luzon, mountains rise into the clouds, and carved into those mountains are the Banawe Rice Terraces, built by generations of indigenous communities. Some parts are believed to be over 2,000 years old. The terraces follow the shape of the mountains. They cascade down steep slopes in perfectly measured steps, creating patterns that look almost geometric from a distance. The engineering required to build them is remarkable. Each terrace was carved by hand, using tools and techniques passed down through families. Irrigation systems channel water from higher elevations, allowing rice to grow even on steep inclines. The landscape here changes with the seasons. This isn't tropical island scenery. It's something entirely different. The air is cooler, the environment feels quieter, and the sense of history is tangible. Visiting the rice terraces often means staying in small villages where tourism infrastructure remains minimal. Accommodations are simple, meals are prepared locally, and the experience feels immersive rather than curated. Batanes. In the far north lies Batanes, the smallest province in the country and one of its most unique. Rolling hills stretch toward the ocean. Traditional stone houses remain part of daily life. The landscape feels almost closer to Ireland than Southeast Asia. Batanes sits at the northernmost tip of the Philippines, separated from the rest of Luzon by hundreds of kilometers of ocean. The isolation has shaped both the environment and the culture. Strong winds blow year-round. Storms pass through frequently, and the landscape reflects that exposure. Trees grow low to the ground. Roads are quiet. Towns are small, and the sense of community is strong. People greet visitors openly. Local traditions remain intact, and the pace of life feels intentionally unhurried. Batanes doesn't try to appeal to mass tourism. It remains itself. And for travelers looking for landscapes and experiences that feel genuinely different, it delivers exactly that. Most visitors leave the Philippines thinking they've seen it, but the deeper you explore, the more it changes. If you enjoy discovering destinations beyond the obvious, this channel is built for that. We don't just highlight popular places, we explore the layers beneath them, the regions travelers overlook, the experiences that require a little more effort to reach, and the destinations that reveal something unexpected. If that resonates with you, subscribe, because there's always more to uncover. Camiguin, the island born from fire. Camiguin is often called the island born from fire. For its size, it has an unusual number of volcanoes. 7 volcanoes exist on an island roughly 30 kilometers across. Some are dormant, others remain active, and their presence shapes the entire landscape. Hot springs rise from underground. Fed by geothermal activity beneath the surface, the water emerges warm, mineral-rich, and surrounded by jungle. Waterfalls cut through jungle, fed by mountain streams that flow year-round, and quiet roads circle the island, making it easy to explore without feeling rushed. Camiguin sits off the main tourist routes. It doesn't have the international airport or resort infrastructure of larger islands, which is exactly why some people love it. The island feels peaceful. Tourism remains low-key, and the experience feels more personal. The people and everyday life. One thing travelers often remember isn't the scenery, it's the people. Filipino hospitality is frequently mentioned in travel accounts, and it's not performative. It's rooted in daily life. Markets become meeting places, vendors greet customers by name. Conversations happen naturally, and strangers are often invited to join meals or celebrations without hesitation. Neighborhoods feel connected. Children play in shared spaces. Even in urban areas, Filipino culture emphasizes connection over isolation. Extended families often live near each other. Neighbors look out for one another. And social bonds remain strong, and everyday moments often become the memorable ones. A shared meal with a local family, a conversation with a vendor at the market, or simply observing how daily life unfolds in a small town. These experiences often stay with travelers longer than landmarks. Food and culture. Food in the Philippines reflects the country's variety. Seafood dominates many islands. Grilled fish, squid, and shellfish appear on menus across coastal areas. Preparation methods vary by region but often emphasize simplicity. Fresh ingredients with minimal seasoning, and many meals are centered around sharing. Eating in the Philippines is rarely a solitary activity. Dishes are placed in the center of the table. Everyone serves themselves, and meals become social occasions. Food here often feels connected to family and community. Recipes are passed down through generations. Cooking methods remain traditional in many households, and meals are often tied to celebrations, gatherings, and daily rituals. Why travelers are looking beyond beaches. Travel habits in the Philippines are changing. Many travelers are now exploring places beyond the major beach destinations. The shift is gradual but noticeable. More visitors are seeking experiences that go deeper than the typical island hopping itinerary. Mountain regions, visits to indigenous communities, traditional festivals, and historical sites are becoming more common, and quieter communities. Towns that don't appear on mainstream travel lists are attracting visitors looking for authenticity over popularity, because increasingly, people want experiences that feel more personal, not just popular. The desire to see a destination beyond its highlight reel is growing. Travelers want to understand the culture, not just photograph it. They want to interact with locals, not just pass through. And they're willing to put in more effort to reach places that offer those experiences. Who this side of the Philippines is for? This side of the Philippines is for travelers who enjoy contrast, for people who want beaches and mountains, culture and adventure, famous places and unexpected discoveries. It's for those who appreciate variety in their trips, who don't want to limit themselves to one type of experience. It's for travelers comfortable with uncertainty, who don't need every detail planned in advance, who are willing to adjust plans based on weather, local advice, or spontaneous opportunities. For people who want beaches and mountains, culture and adventure, famous places and unexpected discoveries. It's for those who appreciate variety in their trips, who don't want to limit themselves to one type of experience. It's for travelers comfortable with uncertainty, who don't need every detail planned in advance, who are willing to adjust plans based on weather, local advice, or spontaneous opportunities. It's for people who value depth over breadth, who would rather spend time in fewer places and understand them better, than rush through a checklist of destinations. The Philippines offers all of it. You can start your trip on a popular island and end it in a remote mountain village. You can experience modern cities and centuries-old traditions within the same week. You can swim in tropical waters and hike through cloud forests. And the country doesn't force you to choose between them. The Philippines isn't just beaches. It's mountains, villages, volcanoes, traditions, and landscapes that quietly change from island to island. And once you move beyond the obvious places, you realize how much more there is. The diversity is real, the contrasts are striking, and the country rewards travelers who take the time to explore beyond the first impression. Subscribe for more journeys beyond the tourist version. What part of the Philippines would you explore first? The rice terraces? The northern islands? The volcanic landscapes? Or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments.